defending was the problem for Fulham here against Tottenham last week, and Zat Knight has paid the price for those failings. Carlos Bocanegra comes into the centre of the defence to play his 100th game for the club. Liam Rosenior, rested for that FA Cup tie, is given the chance to extend his ever-present record in the Premiership at left-back today because Frank Kudry was hurt in training. Captain Michael Brown is back from his one-match ban, and to accommodate his return, it's striker Heide Helgeson who's left out, with Thomas Radzinski, at least from the start, pushed further forward in today's Fulham lineup. Vincenzo Montella starting a 3-game suspension today for his red card last Sunday. Well, pretty much all options open to Sir Alex, including that of leaving out his skipper, Gary Neville. Wes Brown gets a game at right-back, and Ryan Giggs, the midweek match winner on a controversial evening in France, takes over the captaincy. One former Fulham star starts, goalkeeper Edwin van der Sar. Another, Louis Saha, waits on the bench.
Well, you get hammered 7 days ago. Next game up, who is it? The team leading the Premiership. Would you want it? I think you would. Nothing to lose, send the team out positively. And we think, certainly to start with, this is a system that Chris is going with. This is what he planned to go with. Now they're narrow in midfield. Davis coming in from the right, playing infield, and Diop doing the same there. Now, to me, the only problem I can see with this system, certainly defensively, Manchester United in these areas here and here, well, if they get 1v1, Giggs and Ronaldo against Volts and Rosenior, that might be a torrid time they're in for. So I think that could be a key area if he does. There is, of course, the second plan, and he has one. Should it not be working, should he be under the cosh, all he'll simply do is shift Davis across and then put Radzinski back on the left, where he's played an awful lot of this season. But his plan to start with is stick Radzinski up top, tuck Davis in a little bit, have Michael Brown ahead of a diamond in here, and Smerton, if he can get on the ball, just picking passes and playing from there. But they are taking a risk in these wide areas, playing this way. Not a lot you can say about Manchester United's system or what they do or where the strengths are. Have a look at it. Wes Brown in, Gary Neville out. Is that a weakness? I don't think it is. I mean, Brown's a fantastic defender, good at right back, not a problem there. It's a side littered with talent. If Fulham don't play any better than they did last week, then they could get the same.
So Liam Rosenior not facing his hero, Gary Neville. He would have been in close competition playing at left-back for Fulham today. But he keeps his league run going with a recall. Essien, Ingemarson, Jagielka, Yobo and Richard Dunn, the only other outfield players not to have missed a minute of their team's Premiership programme so far this season.
Include Celtic in that. I know it wasn't the best result, but 0-0 as well, unbeaten on the British side.
There goes Davis, and Van der Sar hasn't dealt with it. Brian McBride is there, and scores for Fulham by the inside of the post, and a man on the line as well, and they're worth the lead in truth. Been a sloppy start by Manchester United, and that's been typified by the goal they've conceded.
Well, this tells you everything about the opening 17 minutes for Alex Ferguson's side. Haven't played well, the control of the ball's been poor, they've been sloppy defensively, and even here, make your mind up, Vidic, just put your foot through it. And when he does it, he's got a problem. But full marks to McBride. He cannot, in my opinion, score anywhere else but where he does. Now, whether he's directing this right in here, or whether he gets a little lucky, through the legs of Vidic, yes. But it was a firm, positive strike. I mean, Vidic has to deal with that. I don't care if the goalkeeper's coming. He's a defender, the ball's here, hook your foot through it and hook it away. And when he didn't do that, Manchester United had problems.
They certainly do have problems. Edwin van der Sar returning to his first English club. Concedes a goal here of an untidy nature, but a worthy one from the way Fulham have pressed on from the off.
Well, I was in the process of thinking, great start, but one thing Fulham need to do if they're going to win this game is score first, I felt. Especially when they had that decent spell. McBride's given them a, well, it might be a priceless lead, we don't know yet. A long way to go in this game.
Be concerned that Maurice Volts has given it away here, and here's Rooney. Coming round the back is Giggs. Goal, 1-1. Rooney to Giggs, and this side chock full of attacking options. has found an equaliser in the 29th minute.
Not quite what he meant, I don't think, Ryan Giggs. Doesn't quite hit the volley, but it's effective. But Morris falls here. I don't know why he doesn't just go and head that. Why he's trying to bring it down under pressure, I do not know. But it proves costly. They're looking for offside, but you can see clearly not. But then he just cuts underneath this, Ryan Giggs. Doesn't seem to hit it true. But how effective is it? Look at the spin in the ball. Spinning away from the goalkeeper. Watch this. The volley hits the top of his foot. A bit of fortune with the volley, but hugely effective. And he's relieved. That is about the first attack Manchester United have put together with any purpose.
Manchester United game number 699 for Ryan Giggs, having scored the winner in 698 in Lens against Lille on Tuesday. But Ronaldo's away this time. And Manchester United get their noses in front, crucially. In the 88th minute, they've taken a bit of punishment here, but they've hit back, you have to say, like potential champions.
Well, you know it can happen. And how you feel for Chris Coleman and his side, who have put so much into this game. But when you possess a player like him, who's had an unbelievable season, who can do what he does at this pace, this late in the game, when players are tired, then you know you've got an invaluable talent. Just watch this. It's all about Cristiano Ronaldo. No one else matters apart from him. I don't think there's another player in the park that could have gone anywhere near doing what he's done there in the 89th minute. Pick it up on the halfway line, get past two players, get into the box. It gets a little nick. Would the keeper have saved it if it hadn't? He doesn't care, Alex Ferguson. He cannot believe it.
16 goals in the Premiership this season. That equals the all-time best for a non-striker in Kanchelskis and Lampard.
You know, when people in the summer, Martin, wondered would he still be at this club, I never had a doubt, because Alex Ferguson knows that any time in a match he can do that. Skips past two, opens himself out. Now Christian Val's unlucky, it comes off him. Lastuvka will say, I probably had that.
Manchester United lead the Premiership by 9 points. Cristiano Ronaldo ran through a gallant Fulham to make Alex Ferguson jump for joy. And Fulham, who've done so much to do themselves and Chelsea a favour here. It was a terrific performance from Chris Coleman's men. They led through Brian McBride. Ryan Giggs equalised, but the second half was a story of saves by Edwin van der Sar, particularly from Simon Davis on a couple of occasions. Radzinski wrapped the bar. And then, in the 88th minute, Ronaldo to the rescue again. Manchester United win again. The manager wants the match winner to go to the jubilant supporters. It's another step in the right direction for Manchester United, the direction towards regaining the Premiership crown. The group on the field and the fans united at the end, but what a fight for Manchester United. Fulham put up a very brave show, but they've been beaten here by the league leaders by 2-1.
It's a very tough game, very difficult. I think Fulham play very well. And think me in the first minute, I feel good. I keep the ball and I try to go to the net and I score a goal, important goal, and I'm very happy.
Tell me about your goal celebration. Why did you run straight to Gary Neville?
No, Gabi.
Gabi.
No, because he's my friend. It's not only Gabi, for the bank, for my players, for my colleagues, Patrice, Gary, but special for Gabi, because he's a good friend. And he told me before the game I score one goal, and I go straight to him.
Did you think that Fulham had much the better of the chances? Do you think you are lucky in some ways?
Maybe. I think Fulham play better in the second half. But the football is like that. Sometimes you play better and you don't win the game. And today I think Manchester keep a little bit lucky, but the football is like this. But I think the Manchester play hard, and this is important for the team.
9 points clear now. Can Chelsea catch you?
You need to look for itself. I think the most important is Manchester. You don't think about the Chelsea. It's 9 points in the front. It's very important. It's a good advantage, but you need to carry on.
Well done, Cristiano. You're the Barclays man of the match.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sir Alex, have you just staged the smash and grab raid?
I think that's putting it mildly. I think that in a campaign like we have had all season, the form has been terrific. I think you're always waiting for a game which is flat and they don't play well, but you dig out something and get the result, and you go home, you say to yourself, well, that's a warning. And we will play better than that the rest of the season, of course. But it was one of these games which, first of all, you give credit to Fulham. They made it a real cup tie. They were aggressive. They get about us, never gave us time to settle on the ball. And that made it difficult for us in early parts of the match. And I think coming back from the game in Wales, which was an emotional game and it was a very difficult game, we were really flat at that period. And I said to myself, we get through this first 15, 16 minutes, we'll be okay. Of course, the score. It was uphill fight after that, and we just have to thank the two goal scorers for digging us out of the hole.
Was there a stage where you thought, I'll be happy with a point here?
No, because my experience is that when you've got players with the ability we have, you're hoping they're going to produce something in the match. And what we did was we brought in Louis Saha, put Ryan into centre midfield, and I tried to keep all the possible goal scorers on the pitch that I could get. And that was my aim. And it's well, not saying it worked for us, but nonetheless, it gives us goal threat in different areas of the pitch.
9 points clear. Just how significant is that in your experience?
Well, it's significant winning the way we played today. I think that Fulham will feel very aggrieved in not winning the match. We can look at Van der Sar's performance in the second half as a reason for us winning the game. And in situations like that, you look for one or two players to come to the fore in the situation like we were in today, because it wasn't a good performance. And of course, Ronaldo was fantastic the whole game, and there's such courage, and I don't know how many times he's been fouled in the match, but it was an awful lot, but he kept going, and I think he's deserved to get the man of the match and score a goal.
The celebrations at the end, did that say all your own celebration? Echoes of when Steve Bruce got that late equaliser?
Not quite. We got carried away then, but too old for that. But no, I thought it was significant. I thought it was a very, very significant result, particularly scoring so late on. And after that, they had a couple of chances again. They kept knocking that ball into the box, and they're aggressive and they attack the ball. Really, I must say this, it's the most difficult game we've had all season.
Well, you won it. Well done.
Thanks a lot.